Franklin Cudjoe. Nana Addo is high on weed. Nana Addo. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, the former president of Ghana, must be high on some weed. My brother, my sister, it looks like this is not the first time we are hearing that our former president is a big consumer of herbs. In fact, in most countries, it is people who look like me who are seen as the advocates and the major consumers and patrons of what is known as weed. Marijuana, ntampe, bekwi, vare, depending on where you come from, you might even call it marijuango. Now, the first time we heard Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo was a silent Rasta man blazing these herbs in his little private corner was when veteran journalist Pratt bared open the Pandora's box. He said, according to WikiLeaks, Julian Assange's WikiLeaks, he said that anytime Pratt went jogging and he intended to visit Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo in his home, he didn't need to ask where Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo was seated. He only had to trace the smell. And also, like a sniffer dog, he would also be looking out for things beyond just the smell, sometimes the smoke. You could tell exactly where Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo was sitting because the smoke would be coming out like a chimney, blazing herbs night and day. In fact, when this matter came out, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo did not deny it. Pratt was asked several times if he actually said that, and he did not deny it either. He said the onus laid on the president, in fact, at the time, to come out and tell whether it was true or not. This is a man who hardly lies. I have followed Pratt for a very long time. He is not a man who will lie intentionally. If there is something attributed to him that's a lie, then it's not intentional. And I respect him for that. A lot of people love him as a die-hard Nkrumahis and a CPP member. My brother, my sister, that was the first time we heard about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo and weed smoking. His daughter was also roped in, especially when there was a car accident, and it was said that one of his daughters was involved in that car accident and weed was found in the car. It looks like it's a family of weed users. We as Rasta people are not against the use of natural herbs. We are advocates of the fight against killing of animals. We do not want any animal to be killed, so we are mostly vegan, higher than vegetarian, and we make use of so many different herbs to heal us from so many diseases, including all the other herbs that may be banned in your country. And when you read the book of Genesis, it tells us point blank that there was a kind of herb that was called mandrakes, M-A-N-D-R-A-K-E-S, mandrakes in the days of Abraham. And it was so valued, it looked like it was even more valued than gold. So it tells you that herbs can be so valuable beyond what we call value. So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, does he use the weed? How does he use it? Smoke it, puff it, inhale it, drink it as tea? However it is, it looks like Franklin Cudjoe, the CEO and founder of Imani Africa, has the answers. But first and foremost, who is this gentleman here called Franklin Cudjoe? Now, this gentleman here is known in all quarters of the media in Ghana because he makes a living out of talking, just like me. He's been to the BBC, he's been to CNN, and so many other news outlets, international, where he has spoken far and wide. He calls himself a think tank. His organization, known as Imani, is one of the most respected in the country. So anytime there is something that has to be talked about in terms of thinking from the tank, they go after this guy and his deputy, one Bentel. My brother, my sister, this is Franklin Cudjoe. He was born on the 16th of February in 1976. So he's a 49-year-old dude. He went to school at St. Mary's Seminary. My brother, my sister, right there at Lolobi. Right after that, he went to Pope John. Yes, in Koforidua. He's not a little boy. In fact, he didn't end there. He went to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And me and this gentleman were in the same hall of residence, the Independence Hall. I used to encounter him time after time. And we studied the same course, Bachelor of Science degree in land economy we both hold. He was 1 year behind me. I remember there was a time he even invited me to join Imani so that we'll be able to do things together. I'm still thinking about it, my brother, my sister. He's a gentleman that is so respected in Ghana. I respect him too. And sometimes when he speaks, in fact, the weight that his speeches carry, you cannot underestimate. This is Franklin Cudjoe, 49-year-old Franklin Cudjoe. In fact, he also went to the Buckingham University and went to some other universities. In fact, Harvard, Kennedy, he was also there. This is the guy. So he's not a Nino. He knows quite much. But why is Franklin Cudjoe associating Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo to weed smoking? Is it a bad thing? What is the context? Well, this is the context. This is what he posted on Facebook when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo made some utterances about his government. My brother, my sister, he said, you can all see and attest that the NDC government isn't doing well. And this is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo. Franklin Cudjoe wasn't happy with this. Why would the former president say the NDC government is not doing well? And he didn't take kindly to that. He responded via Facebook. He said, hey, Yesu, Lord of mercy, Anukwa, compared to where your legendary destructive economic and very, very ugly governance, you left us, for which your own vice president just admitted and begged for forgiveness. You should be wearing sackcloths and walking every week from your village to the Frontland Cathedral site pond to baptize against all you did against us. Don't remind us, okay? You must be on some high-grade portion. And that is where the catchphrase is. High grade is marijuana. High grade is ganja. High grade is ntampe. With all love and respect to Samini and all Rastas, anytime you hear high grade, it is not ordinary marijuana. It is the highest level of ntampe marijuana. That is the one called high grade. Some people call it amnesia. And some people also call it skunk. Depending on which country you come from. Franklin Cudjoe is telling us point blank that the president is not just using ordinary marijuana. He is on top of his game with high quality weed. But, my brother, my sister, these seemingly harsh words against the president of the republic, tell me, are they justified or not? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo is still speaking. He thinks that he, together with President Kufuor, did so well to see this country move forward. And watch this. He says, the good works of former President Kufuor and mine will help the NPP win the 2028 general elections. And this is the former president now trying to associate with the past president, J.A. Kufuor, who a lot of people believe did a very good job while he was in office for 8 solid years. And what did Franklin Cudjoe say again to this one? Now the Imani boss said, I beg, shift to na Kufuor no be your classmates. You dare the league of do little men. You dare JN in back like 6 classes. Even if you go support Bawumia, please don't undermine him, please. This is what Franklin Cudjoe put out on Facebook. He thinks that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo is Mr. Doolittle. In fact, he saddled the economy of Ghana with a dirty pond, which he claimed was the beginning of a certain cathedral. So many millions sank into that with no respect for the Ghanaian people. Was Franklin Cudjoe harsh? If you are a true patriot and an old dwarfish man like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, who everybody in Ghana believed was the Moses going to lead us to Canaan, and on top of the mountain, he decides to disintegrate every vision, every hope of the people, what would you say? He's decided to build a certain cathedral in honor of his God. As to what kind of God he serves, we don't know, and we don't want to know, because religion is very personal. My brother, my sister, he went all the way to Israel, prayed against the Wailing Wall, and promised his God in silence and privacy, if you make me become president, I, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, will make sure that I build you a cathedral. In fact, a home of worship. And he became president. And because of this silent prayer, he decided to build a certain cathedral. Now, the interesting thing about the cathedral was that they said initially that no public funds were going to be spent on this magnanimous, superfluous cathedral. They went out there and brought in a British, Ghanaian, Tanzanian, whatever he is, my brother, my sister, David J., a world-renowned architect and designer. And he designed the cathedral. Later, they added a few more edifices into the cathedral. So he came back, charged some more money, and he redesigned the whole thing. My brother, my sister, they sank several millions of American dollars into it. Today, there's nothing to show except a scene of destruction. Several beautiful buildings that used to be there in the colonial era till now, when this government decided to raise everything down. There's a big pond where reptiles, in fact, and amphibians have made their headquarters. It's a shame to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo. It's a shame to, in fact, he is a shame to weed users. Because weed users, my brother, my sister, are seen as very gentle people in a lot of communities. Weed users are seen as quiet and humble. My brother, my sister. But Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, if truly he's a member of the high-grade team, then he must be a disgrace to weed users. My brother, my sister. Now, to make it even worse, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo has not accounted for the frivolous monies that he threw into this cathedral. And today, as we sit, Ghanaians are waiting patiently to see what would become of the wastage of money. Today, he's saying that he did so well. And Ghanaians are attesting to the fact that his government did so well. And for that matter, his next predecessor, I'm talking about Bawumia, who used to be his vice president, is going to fly or ride on the wings of his achievements. What do you think? Bawumia is basically going around apologizing to the people of Ghana. In fact, saying that everybody in the NPP made mistakes. And for that matter, they are all looking for forgiveness from the people of Ghana. What is your evaluation of the Nana Addo Dankwa Bawumia administration? Do you think that it did well? Can this government compare itself to what Mahama is doing right now? At the end of the day, my brother, my sister, patriotism stands tall. And to Franklin Cudjoe, thanks so much for making us know what we didn't know or what we doubted. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokushonomo, where we speak truth to power.